every nation, all of creation, Lord divine, bow before the ancient of days. Every tongue in heaven and earth shall declare your glory. Every knee shall bow at your throne. My Lord, in worship you will be exalted, O God, and your kingdom shall not pass away. Oh, mercy and honor, glory and power be unto the ancient of days. From every nation, all of creation, bow before the ancient of days. Every tongue in heaven and earth shall declare your glory. Every knee shall bow at your throne. In worship you will be exalted, O God, and your kingdom shall not pass away. O ancient of days. Oh, blessing and honor, glory and power be unto the ancient of days. From every nation, all of creation, Lord divine, bow before the ancient of days. Every tongue in heaven and earth shall declare your glory. Every knee shall bow at your throne. My Lord, in worship you will be exalted, O God, and your kingdom shall not pass away. O ancient of days. Oh, ancient of days. Oh, yes. Lord, we just continue to celebrate you. We worship you not only with our mouths and with our hands clapping and feet dancing, but Lord, we even worship you on our instruments tonight. Oh, yeah. Oh, prophesy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sing unto the ancient of days. None can compare to your matchless worth. Sing unto the ancient of days. Your kingdom shall reign over all the earth. Sing unto the ancient of days. None can compare to your matchless worth. To the ancient of days, our kingdom shall reign over all the earth. To the ancient of days. I'm next in line for my blessings. I'm next in line, I know. I've waited much too long. I can't give up right now. Whatever I need, He'll provide. If I only keep the faith, oh, I know He'll make a way. You see, I'm next in line, I know. Help me sing. I'm next in line for my blessings. Tell somebody, I'm next in line. I know I won't complain. Soon He'll come. Oh, yes. I'm next in line. I know. I took my burdens and I laid them at His feet. I know my needs He'll supply. Under His wings, oh, I'm gonna hide. You see, I'm next in line, I know. I'm next in line for my blessings. Whatever it is, I'm next. I don't know what you need, but He knows everything. I know. I won't complain. I know He'll come one day. I'm next in line. Give Him the praise today. Don't complain. You see, sometimes it may seem like I can't make it over.
What about your confidence? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wherever you are around the world, good morning and welcome. Welcome to Portland Spice TV, the spice of life.
I know you'll provide.
Talk to me live with Colin Anthony. Every Saturday morning we come on here, and we dominate because we speak only truth.
I'm giving the facts right now.
There's a saying that says truth sounds like hate to people who hate the truth.
I'm next.
What a week we have had.
Tell you.
I want to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for taking us through. And let me remind you that this program is powered by the blood of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Will it provide?
Nothing else.
Yes, I believe.
Morning, my big picnic.
I believe.
Morning to my blessings.
I refuse.
Morning, cuz Elaine Brown, Mother Hen, morning. All the people logging on to the chat room, those of you watching on Facebook, I want you to come on over to the YouTube channel, Portland Spice TV. Like, share, subscribe.
Yes.
Sunday, July 9, it's going to be the Boston Jerk celebration. Celebrating the world's hottest cuisine. Gospel is going to be by Minister Kukudu. Yes, man, it's going to be a blessing. The Dr. Beanie Man, King of the Dance Hall, is going to be there. Jamaica's #1 show band, the Fabulous Five. And of course, the top quartet group, Lust. L-U-S-T. Luke D. Trilla U. Singing Melody. Tony Curtis. What a show. It's going to be backed by the Rhythm 2000 band.
Yeah, Shaka Fame, big up yourself. Can't hear me, don't know here to hear the same thing. And Lenny Harris said so. You don't know a real backlocks, you see me? Yeah, we know. Yeah, Shaka Fame, big up yourself. Can't hear me, don't know here to hear the same thing. And Lenny Harris said so. You don't know a real backlocks, you see me? Yeah, we know. Suddenly, some friends became a foe for reasons that I know. Said to us,
shouting out to all the hypocrites, good morning and welcome.
Upon crime.
We know you're listening, we know you're here.
For the divine, fighting a spiritual war for peace.
So, it's been on my mind all week, and I held myself back from calling any other radio show this week because the views that have been coming to me very serious. I wanted to make them hear. Ernst and Young, the company employed by the Jamaica government, to give them a report on what the salary review should be. The Jamaican government paid $1 billion for the report. $1 billion, my people. $1 billion. $1 billion. One with 9 zeros coming after. $1 billion. Work out to nearly $7 million US for a report. For a report. So you thought the salary increase of the parliamentarians and the ministers was exorbitant. Now, I don't know what went into that report. But when the Gleaner, through the Access to Information Act, tried to get the report, it was blocked. So the Jamaican people paid $1 billion for the report. And we can't see it. $1 billion. for a report. Let me tell you something. Things them we are going in this country. Out of this world.
Houses, adding on to their house, increasing their savings. One teacher told me that she now can hire, Madam Speaker, she now can hire. And what we hear, Madam Speaker, is who didn't get and who didn't get enough. But you know what didn't come out? How many people are now using their retroactive? You see, I didn't take any retroactive, so I don't even know what it looked like. Buying cars, paying down on houses, adding on to their house, increasing their savings. One teacher told me that she now can hire, Madam Speaker, she now can hire a little helper to take care of her child and mother, give her mother a break. These are some of the changes and improvement in the quality of life of the people, because the government has run the country so well that it can give you a salary increase without worrying that next year you're going to get wage freeze. And that is why, Madam Speaker, it burns me when I hear the nonsense that people talking. No other government has done that. And I stand in this parliament, Madam Speaker, and say, that all the lies and misinformation that is being spewed by the political entrepreneurs, that this government is not going to sit back. You hear what the member said over there? He said, oh, this sounds like 2015. Madam Speaker, let it be well known that this Prime Minister has the ability, anytime I feel to turn it on, to get back in the public domain and let the people know that we will not be misled. You hear what the member said over there? He said, oh, this sounds like 2015. Madam Speaker, let it be well known that this Prime Minister has the ability, anytime I feel to turn it on, to get back in the public domain and let the people know that we will not be misled. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, I was just fooling. Because while they are out there spreading lies and misinformation, we were busy working. Madam Speaker, I was just fooling. Because while they are out there spreading lies and misinformation, we were busy working.
What a Prime Minister we have. But that sound, the last part sound like Portia Simpson Miller. Those were Portia's lyrics. So Anjo, I take Portia lyrics. You remember when Portia said, while them attack, we are working. But the man say, him have the ability to turn it on when him ready. But he has pushed back the parish council election 4 times. Why I'm afraid of it? Afraid to call the election. Because while he's bragging and boasting, people are suffering. You know something that I saw a couple of times now that I used to see it way back in the 90s. Crowds at bus stop. And when a bus come, people are run to it like there's no other coming. The People's National Party administration had sorted that out with the JUTC. But oh my God, the JUTC has run flat to the ground. Flat. So when you get to Al Templar as a man I travel from Portland, I totally forgot what it used to be in the 90s. When you get to Templar and see the crowds waiting on bus. No, that is back. You get to Stony Hill, the same crowd. Constant Spring, the same crowd. Because they have wrecked the JUTC. Eli? I wondered when I heard this if the Prime Minister has lost his mind. And he said people are out there spewing lies. But Prime Minister, it is you who had said that people could go to them bed, sleep with them door and them window open and wake up alive like you can wake up dead. It was you who said that, sir. It was you who said that in the first 100 days we would have job description for members of parliament. Morning, Gilly. Suzette Brown, morning, beat and teach. You can't even teach them, man, no more. So the Prime Minister of Jamaica said that he has the ability to turn it on anytime he's ready. I'm asking the Prime Minister to turn down the cost of living for us. Because since him have the angle, and it's like a pipe where you can turn on and turn off. I'm begging the labor rights to call the Prime Minister for us and ask him to turn down the price of bread, turn down the price of mackerel, turn down the price of rice and sugar, turn down the price of flour, turn down the price of electricity. These are things that poor people needs to survive. And you want me to tell you another lie or another piece of misinformation that has been going around? They are saying that unemployment is at 6%. And let me say this to you, Jamaica. I have been over the years trying to explain to Jamaicans how the unemployment rate is calculated. So if the survey has come out this month, and let's say 7 of us on a corner, and we say that we are seeking a job, we are classified as unemployed. But if they come back next month, and because we were seeking job and couldn't get none, we decide that we now look no more job. And we tell them that we are not classified as unemployed anymore. So here are some facts. They say that unemployment is down to 6%. And they say that there's 2 million people in the workforce. But the statistics says it's only 1.2 million people who are working. So there's 800,000 Jamaicans who could be in the workforce who are not counted in the workforce. So if you really want to check unemployment, you could say that we are at about 48%. Because if you look at 40% and another 6 to that, then all right, it would be 46% unemployment in the country. So that is why this government is not focusing on education. Because to keep the people dunce, uneducated, benefits them. Because them can tell you all kind of stupidness. Like that set of stupidness. They can tell you that they're going to give you $18,000, move the tax threshold to $1.5 million revenue neutral. And then when they get in power, it cost us $34 billion. I hear the Prime Minister talk about political entrepreneurs. When they were on their side, they were good people. I remember Eroy Clark in his budget presentation listed about 8 social media people who he attributed the success, 80% of the success of the GLP to. I guess those were political entrepreneurs too. The road fixed from Folly to the cemetery because the Prime Minister was coming to Patrick Lee funeral. I want to send condolences to the families and friends of Patrick Lee. Patrick Lee was a friend of mine, somebody who I have the utmost respect for. And when I understood that the wake held at Folly for Patrick Lee was locked off by the police, I am upset about it. And I will say it right here, that Patrick Lee dead yard shouldn't lock off. Shouldn't it lock off? Respect is due to Patrick Lee. Patrick Lee was a councillor, ran as member of parliament, a father to the town of Port Antonio, a justice of the peace, a businessman, highly respected. The Prime Minister came to his funeral. How could you lock off Patrick Lee dead yard? I'm telling you something. Me look on politics different, you know. Patrick Lee was a Labourite. You all know where my political alignment is. But respect is respect. And respect is due to Patrick Lee. How the police them lock off Patrick Lee dead yard? Yes, Patrick Lee a legend. Legend. Patrick Lee dead yard shouldn't lock off. I really wonder. And that's why I'm telling you that this town is under no leadership. This town is under no management. Even though some questions must be asked. And if it got till 1 o'clock, I would want to assume that a permit was granted. But out of Folly, man, the police them should have go there and say, all right, I'm going to turn on the thing and keep it at a level. Respect due to Patrick Lee. That was his send-off, his public send-off. Me not agree. Patrick Lee dead yard shouldn't did lock off. I mean, say it anywhere, anytime. I'm in a business who want vex. But me just open the door and lock off Brutus dead yard because Brutus is another legend. A 2 legend we lose in the same period right here in Port Antonio. Brutus carry the flag high for Portland right around the world. But like me tell them for the grave digging, me say if them try lock off Brutus dead yard, we have to stay there and sing all night. Can't lock off his son and no can't lock off a voice. No, man, we have to have some respect for some people, man. I'm telling you all the while, all men are not equal. No, I'm going to say it again. All men are not equal. Yes, permit was granted, plus Folly is a designated entertainment venue. I don't know about that one there. So Folly a designated entertainment venue. I don't know about that. But when me I say, Patrick Lee, a Patrick Lee, you know how much people Patrick Lee feed? You know how much people particularly do things for? You know how much people particularly lend money for start up them business? And that's why I'm a bonfire upon politicians and victimize people. That's why I say the present people them where they are now for go on. That they are willing to victimize citizens. And politicians never victimize nobody. And that's why you are to be special when you are lead. Because when you are in the leadership position, you are supposed to take care of the same people who fight against you. You have to be special to do that. And right now, the people who are in power, they are not special. Because they are not able to do that. They are not able to reach out and lend a hand to people who voted against them. Once you vote against them, your people are dog name your supper. Worse if you criticize them. If you criticize them, dog name your supper. And that's why a lot of Jamaicans stop talking. You don't even realize. Say a whole heap of people stop talking and wait. Waiting on the election to show them people what them are deal with. Because if you talk, they come against you. If you talk, them turn down on you like a ton of bricks. If you talk, them victimize you. I can't say that. Because me have proof. For no one evidence, me have evidence of political victimization. That's why sometimes people ask, why Jamaican people them not talk? Them afraid. Them afraid because I'm no one losing bread. Because them people are not afraid to take your bread. Them kick over your table with all of your food on it. Them not afraid. And that's why a friend of mine said to me, say, if PNP was in power and do them here something here, the country maybe would have burned down. And I said to the brethren, people are not fearful of the PNP administration. Our people are not fearful of a PNP administration. Because they expect a higher standard of leadership from the People's National Party. They expect a higher standard of accountability from the People's National Party. People don't expect not much from them, man. No, Richard, the number is 804-7073. Make we hear what come out of your mouth. Call me. If you are of the opinion that we're talking nonsense, call me and put your side of the story out there. That is what is a problem with some of you. You can't have a debate, but you don't want to chat. You don't want to talk down to people. You can't have a discussion with the people. Come have a discussion with me, boy. Pick up your phone and call me. And have a discussion with me, make you hear the idiot you are. Come tell me how the government pay $1 billion for a report. Come tell me why not the report and why it costs $1 billion. Run, come in my chat room and run off your mouth. Call me. 804-7072. And if you don't have no money, you can call me free on WhatsApp. The number is on WhatsApp as well. Call me. And make we hear the horse manure that comes out of your mouth. You see, that's why the Prime Minister said the truth, them burn him. And but no worry yourself, Richard, because Christophe Tan say Labour right confused. Christophe Tan say no confused. That's what Tufton say. Because I heard a man on Power 106 yesterday tell Simon saying brethren. No, Simon say when I'm brethren, put job description for politician in the artificial insemination, and it come out with the almost exact thing that our government give us as job description. How now this government want to set a code of conduct for themselves? We don't have no moral authority to set no code of conduct for themselves. This government, and I say it to you, Richard Walters, this government led by Andrew Holness have no moral authority to set any code of conduct for themselves. When you have a government who are called the citizens chink, fleas, and flies, them want to set a code of conduct for themselves. They can't do it. They cannot do it. Set no code of conduct for themselves. Them not have no moral standing. No moral standing to set no code of no conduct for themselves because they have no conduct. Then him talk about we are not children. You answer to us, boy. You collect my taxpayers' money. So you mean you no answer to it? Call election and you soon see who you answer to. Call you might lose your seat. You need to call the election. The local government election has been due for a long time. And you're taking away the democratic rights of the people of Jamaica. We're looking at an autocratic government, you know. Be careful, Jamaican. Be careful. If this administration get another chance, we will go down in a hole that will not be able to come out of. Just listen to the man. Listen to the level of arrogance. Listen to the man.
And what we hear, Madam Speaker, is who didn't get and who didn't get enough. But you know what didn't come out? How many people are now using their retroactive? You see, I didn't take any retroactive, so I don't even know what it looked like. Buying cars, paying down on houses, adding on to their house, increasing their savings. One teacher told me that she now can hire, Madam Speaker, she now can hire a little helper to take care of her child and mother, give her mother a break. These are some of the changes and improvement in the quality of life of the people because the government has run the country so well that it can give you a salary increase without worrying that next year you're going to get wage freeze. And that is why, Madam Speaker, it burns me when I hear the nonsense that people talking. No other government has done that. And I stand in this parliament, Madam Speaker, and say, that all the lies and misinformation that is being spewed by the political entrepreneurs, that this government is not going to sit back. You hear what the member said over there? He said, oh, this sounds like 2015. Madam Speaker, let it be well known that this Prime Minister has the ability, anytime I feel to turn it on, to get back in the public domain and let the people know. Over there, he said, oh, this sounds like 2015. Madam Speaker, let it be well known that this Prime Minister has the ability, anytime I feel to turn it on, to get back in the public domain and let the people know that we will not be misled. Madam Speaker,
This Prime Minister have the ability to turn it on anytime him feel.
known that this Prime Minister has the ability, anytime I feel to turn it on, to get back in the public domain and let the people know that we will not be. Madam Speaker, let it be well known that this Prime Minister has the ability, anytime I feel to turn it on, to get back in the public domain and let the people know that we will not be misled. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker,
My people, my people, my people. Want to hear this? Everybody heard him? Let it be known that this Prime Minister have the ability to turn it on anytime I feel. Then Prime Minister turn on some water now. He can't turn on the water. So the Prime Minister sit aside and watch the people suffering and waiting until he please to turn it on. Patricia? Gilly? What is the Prime Minister turning on? Sufferation, brother. Sufferation. The new money is out. Can't buy nothing same way. Taxi operators are now saying that they want 120% increase. While the Prime Minister sit aside and him not ready to turn it on.
2015, Madam Speaker, let it be well known that this Prime Minister has the ability, anytime I feel to turn it on, to get back in the public domain. Let the people know that we will not be misled.
Suddenly, some friends became a foe for reasons that I know. Said to us, it's a waste of time. Let's step it up on crime. But I'm a warrior for the divine. Fighting a spiritual war for peace. Hypocrite relax. Dress back, shock off my real backlocks. Hypocrites relax. Dress back, shock off my real backlocks. Know that the war is on. Jackal fame is in command. So warriors arise. Now is the appointed time. Go forth, oh winners of soul. Vampires, who don't like vampires, vampires, who don't like to see you prosper, only like to see you suffer. The set of vampires, vampires.
Madam Speaker, let it be well known that this Prime Minister has the ability, anytime I feel to turn it on, to get back in the public domain. Let the people know that we will not be misled.
Who don't like to see you prosper, only like to see you suffer. The set of vampires.
On a whole vampire. Only like to see people suffer. So all the Prime Minister is doing is turning up sufferation. So when him ready, him going to turn up some money pound, throw out some money and say come vote for him again. I said to those who are in the business of selling out Jamaica, in the business of what the Prime Minister calls political entrepreneurship. Political entrepreneurship. The 48 laws of powers. Style my style with Nadia. My style with big time. If you look at the price of gas, the price of electricity, the teachers, I see somebody asked earlier, which teacher tell the Prime Minister so them can now employ a helper? Because, Mr. Prime Minister, lest you don't understand, you can't employ help upon the retroactive. The retroactive is not sustainable, sir. Retroactive is a one-time payment. So if you employ helper on the retroactive, and then people are really take people for jackass, you know. Really take people for jackass. You can't employ help upon retroactive. You don't get the retroactive every month or every year. The retroactive is a one-off payment. I see this man who is supposed to guiding people, telling people lies. But teacher tell him say because of the retroactive, then can now employ helper. How long they can keep the helper for? Because the retroactive is going to be finished, sir. The retroactive will be running out after a while. So anybody who have sense cannot employ a helper because of the retroactive. And the fact that the economy is in a state that you can offer the raise has nothing to do with you, Mr. Prime Minister. Those are the laws that was put in place by the most honorable Portia Simpson Miller and Peter Phillips. They put those economic laws in place that you have to abide by certain things. And you are squandering it by paying down the debt faster than you need to while the Jamaican people are suffering. The infrastructure of the country is deteriorating. Now we see them running, fixing a few roads around here, so we're expecting an election because I think people fool. I tell you, Mr. Prime Minister, this is different times. Totally different times from back then when people had no information. Information is at the tip of people's finger, and that's why you're running off your mouth about people as spew misinformation, because when you chat, you ask manure. Back then, you never know, say it would still be around now. It's not like the days when we used to scrub, where they tape the name Maxwell and TDX. No, we have database now that anything you say will be here for a long, long time, Mr. Prime Minister. So when you say that the way of crime are running in the country, the people must put their voice in concert and come out against the government. How you did say it? Nobody now make up nothing for you. How you did say we must pay our civil servants well. How you did say it? But them never understand. Say how you did pay, take your pay well. I hear one, the member of parliament for Portland, him say him have information that members of the People's National Party, the parliamentarians, wrote letter when Mark Walden said that he's not taking all of his and giving back. That them vexed with Mark Walden. I am challenging the member of parliament for Portland to come out and tell me what the labor rights said when Andrew Walden say him now take the raise. Come tell we where who no say when Andrew Walden say him now take the raise. I don't really think people stupid, you know. But there's a saying that says when fools are talking, they think only fools are listening. Shaka, you cannot get back loan. You cannot get bank loan of retroactive pay. Hell no. Ooh. You get rated off your primary income, of course. The Prime Minister, me think him need psychiatric evaluation. Yeah, man. And I tell you something, the Prime Minister has been led, you know, because you know who the first person who heard that argument, but the Prime Minister can turn it on when him ready. The MP for Portland. I'm the first man I hear with that argument. But the Prime Minister can turn it on when him ready. Well, tell him to call an election and turn it on, because you know. Tell him to call the election and turn it on. Make we see. Set a whole
vampires who don't like to see you prosper, only like to see you suffer. On the set of vampires, old vampires, only trod upon creation with your bloody meditation. On the set of vampires, on the fight against awfulness, on the fight against creation, on the fight against everything good for the younger generation. On the old vampire.
8047072. Give me a call. Let me know what you think about the report. President, I don't know if you're aware that the Ernst and Young report that the government depended on for the salary review cost the country of Jamaica 1 billion Jamaican dollars. Now, I don't hear a lot of people talking about that. But all of the labor rights were up on the platform and all the political entrepreneurs for the Jamaica Labour Party. I would have liked to come explain that to me. 1 billion, 90. 90 make 1 billion. And we could divide that by 157. It's 6.3 million US dollars that fits right. 6.36 million US dollars for a report. Morning, Mr. Pang. Man-made disaster. Yes, that's what the government bring down power with. Man-made disaster. And then we never know that we had a prime minister that can turn it on when him ready. Why him not can turn on some water? May the people them get some water in them pipe, Mr. Prime Minister. You have the ability to turn it on, sir. Why is it that the price of bread can't go down back, Mr. Prime Minister? You have the ability to turn it on. Why the Jamaican dollar is so low now? 55 to 1. Turn it on, Mr. Prime Minister. Turn it on and show away. Because it's just a bag of mouth. Bag of mouth. That's why you did tell we say we could have go sleep with the windows and doors open. Now Dr. Chang come out and say grill up all your keyhole.
All vampires who don't like to see you prosper, only like to see you suffer. On the
Hey, Nicholas, you think a PNP alone bro got a mad? Bro got a mad, all the labor right them too. All you bro got a mad.
with your bloody meditation on the set of vampires. All vampires who don't like to see you prosper, only like to see you suffer.
No, Jackal, let me tell you something, Jackal. Let me tell you who they are, Jackal. Listen. You know what they are? Let me tell you what they are.
Down, press some down, press some man.
What they are?
Where you down, press some man. Where you gonna run to? Down, press some man. Where you gonna
Share the video.
run to?
Portland Spice TV.
Down, press
We talk the truth.
where
We
you
have no fear.
run to? All along that day.
I tell you something, Nicholas. No, we can't cross it. We definitely cannot cross it and will not cross it. The level of arrogance, we can't cross it. The level of arrogance, we will not be a part of it. Never. Never. GLP, I win it. Best you stop talk. Well, let me tell you something, Nicholas.
Down, press some man. Where you gonna run?
This is the worst government I have ever seen in my lifetime.
Press some man. Where you gonna run to? Down, press
The people of Kingston, St. Catherine, San Angelo
man.
will tell you that the JUTC is non-existent. I remember days when I got town, when I reach up Stony Hill and turn down Stony Hill. I say, look out for the yellow bus, them, because them coming up plenty. Now, if you see one JUTC bus from Stony Hill to Constant Spring, you're lucky. They are no more. I wonder if the high security King's House is grill up. Down to the keyhole, brother. But remember, say now, it is the Jamaica Constabulary Force that is securing it. This government promise security. They can't secure nothing. The legend money has been stolen. The legend money, Usain Bolt, has been stolen. Our children are being murdered in this country. And I hear Dr. Chang on Sanjay Lewis program. But you see, some of these journalists, I can't understand them. Dr. Chang brought the wrong bill to Parliament and tell us there will be an investigation. And nobody asked him about it again ever. Nobody asked him about it. What happened to the investigation of the wrong bill that was brought to the Parliament? Nicholas, call me, man. 804-7073. Call me, man, and tell me how good the GLP are going and when the Prime Minister will turn it on. Call me and tell me. Don't hide back on your computer or your phone. Call up and talk up. You bossy slave. Because with people suffering. Tell me about this $1 billion. Tell me about this $1 billion for the report. And they're denying the people of Jamaica of seeing this report. I wonder if it's here. Tell me about Nicholas. Nicholas, call me and tell me about that report that cost the taxpayers of this country $1 billion. Call me and tell me. Call me, man. No hide back on your computer. Labor rights in the garden, hiding, hiding, hiding. Them in the garden, Wait, watch this. Nicholas in the chat room, hiding, hiding, hiding. Nicholas in the chat room, hiding, hiding from Shaka fame. Nicholas, where are you? Nicholas, where are you? Nicholas hide himself from Shaka. Call me, man. I make we hear the garbage will come out of your mouth.
You gonna run to down, press some man. Where you gonna run to down, press some man. Where you gonna run?
I wanna go and get a wipe out in the next election. Just call it. Call it, Andrew. I hear Mark Wolin say, call it, Andrew, call it. Oh. Big up yourself, Marky G. Marky G say, call it, Andrew, call it. Mama who?
To the sea, but the sea will be boiling when
you see, Nicholas, I know it's a Portland have one member of parliament. Only one. And he can't manage two constituencies. So yours truly, Colin Anthony Shakafiem Bell, will be relieving him of the East Portland constituency. There's a lady named Doreen Forbes down there in West Portland. I will say no more.
run to the rock.
I will say no more
The rocks will
on that matter.
you run to the rocks. The poor rocks will
Where are the opportunities for our people in East Portland? East Portland that have so much to offer. No opportunities for our people. But you know, the sad thing, the people who are ruling now made us no promise. They told us about no projects that will benefit the people. And that's why I am stepping forward. Because the Lord Jesus Christ has blessed me and has given me the vision to move our people in East Portland from street side greetings to business meetings. To create wealth for the youth of Jamaica, not just Portland, but the youth of Jamaica. Because we are going to develop the creative industry. Ask her if she knows what the creative industry is. So we are going to create high-paying jobs for our people. We're going to develop Navy Island, and I want to warn them this morning. There's an argument going around that Navy Island is going to be sorted out for residential purposes. Don't touch Navy Island. Tell them, do not ramp with the lands over there. You tell them, Nicholas. You tell them, don't cut up Navy Island and sell it to them friend for domestic purposes. Tell them, Nicholas, because the people of Portland will not have it. The people of Portland will not allow them to cut up Navy Island and sell it to them friends. Navy Island will become World Reggae Park with a 5-star reggae hotel, easily 300-400 rooms, top of the line. With a statue of all reggae icon on the island. Digitize those statues and allow people to get high-paying jobs on Navy Island. So tell them, say, don't ramp with the lands on Navy Island. Oh, Gilly, yes. Should I call him this morning, you know? I congratulated them. Conrad was right. That Jess would have given Kern a political backsliding, and she did. Proper backsliding. Congratulations to Zelika Jess down there in Southeast St. Elizabeth. Well done, Conrad and the crew. Yeah, man. He told us last week. Might send him a message little from this and hear how him feel about the victory. Thanks, Gilly, for the reminder, because we had talked so much about it during the week. But just want to say to Nicholas, tell your labor right friend them, don't ramp with the lands them over Navy Island. The lands on Navy Island will benefit the people of Jamaica immensely. And I don't know how many of you ever see that Guitar Hotel in Fort Lauderdale. Or something like that we want drop on it. World Reggae Park. Build the hotel, make it look like a guitar. Yes, man. Tell them no ramp with folly. I remember her. Yes, man, during Camden was a counselor. So, time coming now. Time come. So don't bother think say, we are skin no teeth pan plastic. Why them believe that Portland was divided into two constituencies? That one man him now thinks him can run it.
Yeah, Shaka Fame, big up yourself, can't hear me, don't know, here to hear the same thing. Lenny I says so. You don't know a real backlogs, you see me? Yeah, we know. Suddenly, some friends became a foe for reasons that I know. Said to us, it's a waste of time. Let's step it up on crime. But I'm a warrior for the divine. Fighting a spiritual war for peace. Hypocrite relax. Dress back, Shaka Fame a real backlocks. Hypocrites relax. Dress back, Shaka Fame a real backlocks. Know that the war is on. Jackal Fame is in command.
Warriors arise.
So warriors arise.
Now is the appointed time.
Now is the appointed time.
Go forth.
Go forth. Oh, winners of soul.
Of this victory.
And after some victory, I'm sure.
Nicholas, this is fear. Fear.
So hypocrite relax. Trace back. Shaka Fame a real back.
You see that name, Nicholas? That name, Bro God? I to bring down the destruction upon Jamaica. You set a dunce. A man that liken himself to God. Now him come out and I tell the public about him can turn it on when he want turn it on and turn it off. Level of hypocrisy. Calling yourself Bro God. And now you come tell we about you can turn on and turn off. So with all the hype, we are going, and then you have people like Nicholas defend these set of hypocrites. You know what is happening?
A solution to this pollution.
Jamaica!
Got to find a solution.
Jamaica!
Pollution. Yeah. Got to find a solution to this pollution. Got to find a solution to this pollution. The poor man of me.
You hear that?
The poor man of me.
No, anytime the bro God open his mouth, we upset because we smell it. And we don't like to smell things that rank. So anytime him open his mouth, he's right. No vex with the man right. Him right, Marlene.
Got to find a solution to this pollution. Got to find.
I want Nicholas. You see, this is the problem we have with these set of bossy slaves. When you ask them questions, them no answer them cuss and tell you about how bro God great. And bro God can't turn on the water. Mongo can't turn on him big mouth and get loud and fool who he can't fool. When you ask question like Brain is asking, I am curious to know what in that report written by Ernst and Young that costs the country of Jamaica $1 billion. Please help me with that, Nicholas. Write something since you can't face me. Because the whole I'm afraid of me like how devil afraid of holy water, you know. Me know. You can't face me. You can't chat back on my back. Because I am so far ahead of you all. That's the only place you can talk. Back on me. You can't come to my face and talk. Tell me why the report costs $1 billion. And who are these people that was paid the $1 billion to tell the government that they must take 240% increase? Let me tell you something. Jesus Christ is the most powerful, all powerful. And when Jesus Christ say yes, no guy, no girl, no powers on earth or in heaven can say no. Time come. When me say, the man say him can turn it on anytime he want. I guess him turn on poverty pan Jamaica. Morning, Colin.
Got to find a solution to this.
Bro, God turn on poverty pan Jamaica.
Got to find a solution.
Bro, God turn on suffering pan Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yes, you have the ability, sir,
Solution
to turn on hardship, to turn on states of emergency.
this pollution. The poor man I feel the poor man I feel yeah.
We see the hardship.
The poor
Now you tell we see how you turn it on.
the poor man
Andrew Wellness turn on hardship on Jamaica. Turn on lies.
gone up,
Turn on deceit.
here gone up, rent gone up, 4 bill gone up, light bill gone up, tax gone up, car parks gone up, and we can't take the fuss, and there has got to be a solution to this pollution.
This is a real pollution, Peter Tosh.
Gotta find a solution to this pollution. They grow weed. Gotta find a solution to this pollution. Whoa, 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 whoa. Gotta find a solution.
So the Minister of Finance get up and say him never know, said there was a request to see the report. And him coming at the parliament and him a say some of the unions saw it. And the unions are saying that they did not see it. They want to see it. That's what the unions are saying. See him when him come tell we that him invite the FBI to come into the SSL saga. And we don't hear nothing from the FBI about the SSL saga. And I am calling on the media houses, the third estate, calling on everybody to call on the Minister of Finance to prove that when he said he invited the FBI, he did. But I guess they have the ability to turn on lies when they want to turn them on. They have the ability to be deceitful. So them come with them deception. I guess that's what the Prime Minister is getting ready to come out here and try and deceive the people. But Mr. Prime Minister, we see you, sir. We understand you. We understand you.
Got to find a solution to this pollution. Oh, oh, oh. Got to find a solution to this pollution. Yeah. Got to find a solution to this pollution. Oh, got to find a solution to this pollution. The poor man I feel let go out. The poor man I feel let out. The poor man I feel let go out. The poor man feel let out. Yes.
Get up and stand up, Jamaican. Stand up for your rights.
Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Don't give it up. Get up, stand up.
Get up, stand up, Jamaican.
Stand up for your rights. One more time. Get up, stand up. All that the children. Don't give up the fight.
I was having some problem with the phone line. The phone line is now sorted out, so you can call me straight here. 804-7072. You can call me upon it now. Up and running.
Almighty God is a living land. You can push some people sometimes.
Tell him.
You can't pull all the people over.
Because Jamaicans,
Now you see the light.
what we gonna do?
Stand up for your right.
Yeah.
Get up, stand up, life is so right. Stand up for your right. You can't give up the fight. Get up, stand up, don't give it up, don't give it up. Don't give up the fight. Jump, jump. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up for your
Because as me done with the man, can't pay a shit here, right?
stand up.
Me not even gonna listen. Me not even gonna read the message no more. So you know, right? Not to make sense. Answer the question we ask you. Tell you about the $1 billion for the report. That if tell you about. You can't tell you about that. You can't say nothing, man. Go sit down. You see, when you have people who put them party over the politics, we don't have no respect for them. You understand? And I tell you something, up to today, may have some PNP friend. You really know nothing. Bless up, my brother.
Yeah, man, great sunlight to you, yeah.
Hold on, let me say this. Today, up to now, I have some PNP friends. We're doing favor me. And you know why they don't favor me? Because there was a time when the PNP was in power. And I was not pleased with what was happening. And I speak out against it. And today, up to now, some of them still vex. Say me used to burn fire upon the PNP. But let me just make this clear to all and sundry. I mean, now make no apology for this. Me is a Jamaican. And everything about Jamaican come before any PNP. Jamaica come first. So if PNP in power not doing right by Jamaica, mark my word, Shaka Fame is going to say it. Bark dog. Because I am not patriotic to PNP first. My patriotism is to Jamaica first, then PNP. Because I join the PNP to see a better Jamaica. So PNP is the tool.
You can't come in here, I'm on the radio.
Talk to me, my brother.
Yes, brother, morning, how you doing?
Welcome.
Yeah, man. As you say, I've been drawn out this morning.
No, I just want to make some people know.
I've been inspired.
I want to make some people know where my thing is. It's about Jamaica. It's about Jamaica. PNP is the boss that we are used to make Jamaica better. And if we realize that the wheel them drop off and it now gone away, we are going to have a problem with it. And if the labor rights are mash up Jamaica, me are going to say it on the biggest platform that labor rights are destroy Jamaica without any apology. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Thunder, lightning, and rain around here, so I'm there now. So, I mean, I suppose it'll be a weakness, you know, man. So, yeah, so what's up, boy? The horizon don't look nice at all. As you know, the place damaged long time, the place dead, and you know, I mean,
yes, man. What you call it? Graveyard.
Yeah, man. It's a cemetery, arms house, and prison. You know what I mean, and it gets no better, you know, and not until, as I have always said, until resurrection, you know, the stone roll away from the sepulchre, kind of man. Nothing about
but you know what disappoints me now? Know that the Prime Minister come out and say he have the ability to turn it on anytime he want.
Yeah, boy, I mean, it's sad though. It's sad, you know. And I think the leader of the party must understand so Jamaica long past, the consciousness of Jamaica long past. Well, it's not even the consciousness, you know, it's the experiences that we are going through, which has, you know, inured to the kind of awareness that have brought us past, yeah, where they are at, you know. They are grounded, you know, yeah, and stymied in the past, yeah. So they think that they can get up and just express themselves, you know, against the reality.
Yes.
And everybody will just raise a flag and say, yeah, Ray, yeah.
Yes.
Think we can step out in a costumes, yeah.
Yeah.
In a masquerade style, and everybody will just run behind them because them might give out some little gifts and some little charity and all them things.
Yes.
But I mean, we experience far past that. While the 21% or the 20% will always be flag bearers, you know. But you must remember that where we are now, you know, we are risen to a greater awareness brought about by our experiences. And that is going to pull us out of the world we are in. It's not only about shatter. Yeah, no, but you see, you see, when something decayed and dead, you know, there's only one alternative for that, you know. Yeah. Well, it buried itself already, you know, so the only thing can come out of that resurrection. Yeah, man.
Talk to me.
But there's nothing that is being done. I've always said it's shaka, you know. It's just arbitraries and wreaths, and you know, you just have visit the cemetery over and over. If anything you do, man, you still pay tribute to the dead. You know what I mean?
Talk to me.
It's paying tribute to the dead, man. Yeah, I hope it is understood, you know, because that is what it is. Now, but the man is delusional, you know. There's no question about that, you know. And we have to be. Listen to me, man. I've been saying this. It's not now me attack them something, you know. Years me attack them something, you know, brother. Somebody has to save the man from himself, you know. I don't know if I'm family, I got to do it, or I'm friends, or I'm colleague, or whoever, because I suppose he has availed himself to people who no mean him no good.
Yeah, because
I mean,
they
a
are also
colleague
telling him that he's so powerful. Yeah, man, go up on the road.
Yeah,
when you go up on the road, things
yeah.
are different. So him come out
The
now.
people,
I have the
them,
ability to turn it on.
listen, me, man, the people, them, are play fool with the gentleman, you know. Them no mean him no good. Them are make him extinct. Them are use him as a charade and a facade. That's what them using, and I've been always saying this, you know, them using the youth there. And him leave himself up to it because of the trappings and the allure will come with it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. And if I have benefit in a way there, man, I'm a prestige lifted up and me can get things, why not follow through? But you're going to be the only fall guy, you know, brother.
Better know
Yeah.
that.
You're going to be the only fall guy, you know, because you can't sit in another class the way I try to push up yourself, you know, and people just use you and refuse, you know.
That's sure.
You know, come out of a class, don't try to fit in that class, you know, man. Know your class, know your status, know your position, and abide in that. And don't let no little political theory, yeah, or a political non-philosophy guide you along a path which is aside from yourself, aside from your history and your culture. Because you and I go left in the grind, and everybody go laugh after and say, look, what him do to him people, yeah?
Yes.
You can't be led by extraterrestrial forces, you know, man. Because them man are grounded in their systemic ambition to keep the poor people and poor, to keep black people on the backside of the desert, you know. And if we don't know them things, they don't understand them things, then, man. Them are going to still have a whole wheel round with face, you know. And them are going to still have a leash, a guide us, you know. So when me hear you talk about it, boy, the bread price up the sun, and the rice price up the sun, and the flour price up the sun, yeah? And the rice price, whatever other price up there, so the mackerel price up there, so. Well, me take a decision many years ago in our life, you know, man. If I that way, then me have to damage to them kingdom, you know, man. So, me know in the bread thing, and me know in the rice thing, and me know in that. But you see, what them slickly do, Shaka, you think them people are scientific?
Talk to me.
Them operate under a system where them understand in part and them don't understand in the whole. You understand?
Yes.
So when we allow them to proceed on a path to damage our indigenous wealth, you know. I'm going to show you in 2 ways or in 3 ways how we damage our indigenous wealth, you know, because all the wealth in terms of money where we accumulate and we make sacrifice, because we make great sacrifice over the past 2 or 3 decades, you know, man. Because remember, every time they tell us we have to ban rebellion, up until this time, they tell us to make some sacrifice, and we make a sacrifice over the last 10 years, you know,
yes.
in order to reach where we reach in terms of gathering and garnering some funds. So it's the first time in many decades that we see a budget surplus, you know, brother.
Yes. Where something can be done. Some things can get fixed.
Can be done.
And at the same time, we have hospital with no CT scan, no MRI
you get what I'm
machine.
Saying? You are helping me to make the point, you know. You're helping me to make the point, you know. So the more we accumulate the surplus, you know, is the more we should be benefited, from the surplus. So it shows that, we have reached a milestone of consciousness, you know, and our people have paid the price. So now we have to make them eat some food. I'm not talking about some little party around the corner and some little gift packages here and there, you know.
And what
some real benefit.
What the man do with the money? The man pay off his friends them before
there is
the payment
where I am going, man.
The man paying his friends before the payment is due.
If we're not mind sharp, you know. So who are these people working for? Working for me and you?
Not at all.
Who are these people?
We are chinks and fleas and flies, bro.
Yeah. Whom they represent. Yeah. So we have to wake up to understand the man is a parade sound and sound bites in a parliament. They can come a street, come make them sounds there. Yeah. They have been at the sanctum, of parliament to make some something.
Where they are protected.
Protected. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they don't represent me and you in no shape, way, or form. Why you don't want me to suffer my people and suffer for a little medicine, for a little attention, and you big up the private sector because everything what them people are doing now, you know, is an investment in the private sector, you know? Yeah? Because you know, see the whole of the private sector, make sure so them put feed them people strategically in a position like Nigel Clark and them people in order to roll out and dole out the benefit. The media yeah, has to be what it is, yeah, because it is benefiting, they are benefiting, yeah, they are being propped up, so them can't do more than what them are doing. You know, no information will come. Any little information you're gonna get,
Tell me
yeah,
something.
you'll get it from social media.
Tell me something.
Yeah.
Tell me something. This Ernst and Young report for $1 billion. Talk to me about that. $1 billion for a report.
It unveils the state and condition of this country. It unveils the state and condition of leadership. These people are accountable to nobody. They get the biggest opportunity in their life to aggrandize themselves in the wealth of the people. And they are making no bones about it because it is now or never. They are making sure, you know, because they see them time limit, you know, that after all is said and done, they won't be worse off. We will be worse off, but they shall be excellent off.
Yes.
Yeah? And we don't want to look at these things glibly, you know. Yeah? Or speak of them glibly. And look at the cursory. Yeah? Yeah?
The man them gang rape the country, you know.
Man, it is brutal. It is wicked. All that is being done. Yeah? It is wicked. Because when them done, you know, really well portfolio. Because right now, if they continue on the trajectory, people will say, well, Peter Phillips did do it with the NHD funds. Yes, them do it. But this is unceasing. When them done with this at the rate that they are going, you know, NHT will be back to square one, to ground zero. They would have emptied the kitty, yeah? They would have emptied the NIS kitty. And all of these entities which have accumulated vast resources would have been depleted so much because they are finding things to do that are not necessary and important. And if we are making some sacrifice with their money, we could make it in a more targeted way that can go to the root of development.
Hold on. The IMF gave us over $1 billion for COVID. Where that money?
Yes, sir.
Where that money?
That's just IMF, you know.
That and so $1 billion is 150 billion Jamaican.
Billion, yeah.
Where that money?
I would have liked to know.
You don't have a problem with mainstream media.
The people are not accountable to anybody.
But people in mainstream media don't ask these questions.
They can't ask it because they are one of the primary beneficiaries. You know, see what's going on, man. You know, see, the people are one of the primary beneficiaries. So they have to be the
social media now becomes a problem to them.
Social media becomes a problem because social media is unveiling the truth.
And it's not under any control.
Brother.
So them call
Ernst and Young report.
What them call political entrepreneurs.
Yeah, man. Yeah, them go on. Well, political entrepreneurs are those who are using their expertise, and their little sense to read through, the nonsense and to avail information to us.
But I disagree with you. We are not the political entrepreneurs. The political entrepreneurs are the ones who are paid by the government. So he might talk about himself, you know. He might talk about the people. You remember Eli Clark presentation in the parliament?
Yeah, man.
When he big up the bloggers, them man. They are responsible for 80% of the people who are sitting in the parliament.
The people are gymnasts, you know, man. These people are gymnasts. They are not real, you know, man. I don't know how. I don't know what mistake was made in causing them to be the leaders of this country. And they will do, let me say this before I talk about Ernst and Young. Let me say that they will do anything by any means. Look how the people are conducting themselves. Any means necessary to cling on to power. Let me say this to you. Any means necessary. You can extrapolate that. Any means necessary to cling on, to power. But they do that at their own demise and destruction because there's a prevailing force, just like how the rain has showered down right now, and the thunder ablaze and the lightning ablaze.
The man them not calling no election, and don't be surprised if them push back the local government election again.
They don't. These people want to hold power for 7 years. They want to put the cycle of election from 5 years to 7 years. They want to do everything to 7 years. And when you when you see the digit 7, you understand what it means, man. Them people that think that nobody don't know spiritual science around here. Them things that we are done, them things that what them are do. I mean, it is so secret and private, but that shall not be revealed, brother. You know, see, the FinSac report can't be disclosed. You know, see, the Ernst and Young.
And they wanted this
they
report,
called for it.
You know.
Yeah, they called for it and paid up for it. Paid for it. And it can't be disclosed. Why it can't be disclosed? Why so much secret around here? But one day the bowl got broke, you know, man. And it's not going to be 70 years, you know. It's going to be broke. Yeah, as a matter of fact, it started broke already. And them not going to know how it broke. Yeah? Them not going to know how it broke. Ernst and Young.
Yes.
How it is that you could have a report, yeah, about restructuring and reorganization, yeah, of a process that is so critical to labor, yeah, and reward. And it is a price.
Don't lose your thought. Don't lose your thought. Let me just answer that person. Talk to me.
Yes, hello, morning, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yes. One artist just told me there. When the JLP did when they was campaigning in the election, and they make all them big promise there. What him getting come with now? When him go back on the platform, what him get said to the people him again?
More turn it on. The man saying he have the ability to turn it on anytime he want.
I say him feeling.
Man saying
I think so. I call from you know. I mean, I watch it on your program.
Where you call from?
Kingston.
Bless up yourself, my brother. One love.
You see me? Him over sad mistake I come to him this election now. Watch out if I do program or me make.
All right, sir. Respect.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir. Back to the Ernst and Young report.
Yeah, man. There's nothing about public governance that is private, you know, brother. Yeah?
No.
Public governance has a responsibility to avail every arrangement to those who it is accountable to, and it is the people. Yeah, transparency, accountability, credibility. Yeah, it goes to the heart of the character, the reputation. Yeah, of the system and the people who are charged with the responsibility of governing the system. So if we can have credible people, trustworthy people governing the system, then you understand the outcome is going to be damnable for the country and its people and its future. So we can't have a report that would have determined or would have availed us to a principle of determining how to compensate with the people's funds. That is such a private instrument, not to be seen, so that we can pour through it and understand whether it is just, fair and balanced. But we know it is not just fair and balanced.
I want to blame the unions too, you know, brother. The unions have to take some blame. Because the union negotiate and the government tell them that we have this report that we are using, and they did not stand their ground that they want to see the report.
Yeah, but they wouldn't get it because the police has been calling for the formula use. The teachers have been calling for the formula.
You heard the finance minister in the parliament say that they saw it?
About what?
The finance minister was in the parliament and said that the union, where them call it, the one that said them see it. He was saying that some of the unions saw the report.
Well, maybe Jamaica public, what them name? The public sector union there, with Ellen Davis White and the other them people there, yeah? Maybe them see it.
The finance minister said that, but remember the teachers was asking for it just a few weeks ago.
It. Yeah. And the police called for it, and they weren't showing it. But I can't understand, you know, because there is no unity, you know, of purpose amongst all these payees, you know, of the system, of the public system. Because people have to reach a threshold now, you know, when we come together, because probably the splintering of the unions in negotiation is more damaging to the process, yeah? Because I can be a partner in a contract, yeah? And I am not avail of all the matters concerning the contract. I can't have no agreement with you if I don't know by what means and by what formula you arrive at your prescription.
You see,
and I must take the prescription. No.
Mystical.
I must know.
Mystical. I say it more and more and I feel convinced about it more and more. That if we were under slavery now, the present population wouldn't fight for freedom.
Would not. No, they wouldn't fight us. As long as you give them like a food and like a drink and keep them happy. No, I wouldn't say that. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. Yeah, because there's a minority that and it is manifest in the 20%. That formula. Yeah. Which caused the 20% to be the dominant feature in the electoral process that will bring in a government, and we have allowed it. Yes. We have allowed it, and it has come to haunt us. Yeah, so it has come to haunt us now, and there is, and so you see what is happening now because it is burning. It is burning us. Then we are vocal, and we are now ready. Do something about it when we should have been part of the system because everybody because them belly full.
Where's and feel satisfied. Black man back against the wall now.
Yeah, man.
So them start know themselves now.
Yeah, man. He must squeal out now, And they thought that the formula used now to create a segmentation, a vast segmentation in the levels of compensation would have given them an advantage because them pay the top enough money, them execute the middle, and then pay the bottom a little more, so that they will always keep the middle quiet because remember, the middle, are the conscious population, man. Yeah. You can always buy out the top to hold the middle accountable, and you buy out the bottom to be loyal to you, and so on. So the middle now is in free fall, and they will either scatter, flatter, run away, and then you will leave with two segments, the top and the bottom, and they will always
the very rich
repeat.
And the very poor.
Yeah,
you know which country have that?
Haiti.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
No, but I hear the Prime Minister
because
uttering.
A lot of people don't understand that there are a lot of rich people in Haiti.
I know.
People.
I know.
There's no middle class, and this administration, as you rightfully say a while ago, is wiping out the middle class.
Yeah, man, and that is by science.
Of course,
them people are very scientific. They know how to retain, and they realize that it is not going to happen the way they are. So what they are doing, they are bolstering their influence on the agencies and institutions of government. Yeah. So they are bolstering the military, they're bolstering the force and exercising influence over them. And not until they come into their own consciousness and realize that this is Jamaica. Yeah. And no militia and rogue ruler is going to sway around here. Because if they put Jamaica to the test, you think Jamaica is docile? Jamaica is not docile, no. And what is happening now? People here that get licked because, boy, the fire and them now come out the way them are. So they get licked and some boy walk up and on with gun and tout. But listen to me, if you put this country, and history would have taught you that, no matter how you see it, so docile and quiet, if you put it to the test, this time around it will not be put down like the Morant Rebellion. It will not be put down like Sam Shah. It will not be put down enough. It will be total destruction as a solution. So we have to wake up in a shaka. This is no joke, The next trumpet was sounding, man. If this thing exploding, man. Every segment of this society, all those who think they are well protected and their businesses are well protected, it's gonna go up in an inferno. Yeah? And when I talk about an inferno, it doesn't necessarily mean fire inferno, man.
Not necessarily mean the physical flames.
It's just disarray, total disarray, out of control. And you see signs of it already.
Hold on, break up.
And probably that is what they want and think they can cauterize it. But it will not be cauterized.
Break up a little bit. Hold on a little bit. I said this the other day, I think it was Saturday, that now we are in Jamaica is safe anymore.
No
you
way.
Realize a gunman running at the hotel, brother.
FDR, brother.
Running in at the hotel with a
running
weapon for $19,000 and $700 US. Stick up the guest.
Man.
And when the guest refused, the man fire shot in the ground.
In the ground. Hey, let me show you something because them not going to deceive we, Shaka. Them not going to deceive we. I said this to you all the while, What we see happening is what they have determined to happen. It's a part of the science, it's a part of the formula. We see happening, man. Anybody can discount it as much as they want. It's a part of the formula. Yeah? Yeah? The introduction of states of emergency, part of the formula. Man running rampant, little boys running rampant with guns, holding up and killing and doing that is a part of the formula. Let it decay, so that we can justify how we reign upon them.
How we put in the states of emergency.
Yeah, how we put down constitution and put down laws and show you in order.
And abrogate their rights.
Abrogate and infringe. We have to see this before they are, and they cannot escape the radar of Almighty God. You get what I say?
No time.
Because as bad as Jamaica is, man, remember, don't you saw Israel, man. Don't you saw Israel.
Yes.
And no dog when lick them tongue against Israel and get away with it,
None.
Judgment.
Marcus Garvey prophesied some prime minister had to roll down King Street.
Judgment are going to be brought upon them because them think this is a playbook, man. And them can warm up to WHO and warm up to World Economic Forum and they can warm up to the agents of death and destruction and oppression of our people. No, that time passed them, man. Yeah? We're not taking no more and we're not raising no arms and we're not raising no this. Energy we are used and the energy are going to bring this thing, So when them things said the development, where them pursue and everything all right and we can go to beach, well, the hotels, them will realize that them soon have no beachfront. And no beach not available to us will not be available. Anything we're not available to we, and there's no equity and justice, will not be available to the developers. Yeah? Nobody at all. That is the next sound you listen out for,
Tell me something.
And about that thing, say, look on some man march with gun and we are going to shoot them down, And that, you are going to see justice. Yeah?
Yes, man. Almighty, are going to make justice
Almighty
prevail.
God. Make
justice prevail.
Justice. So if we can't benefit from it, nobody can benefit from it. Brother, the trumpet sound, I mean, I talk about it.
You don't talk about the trumpet.
You can understand.
The trumpet sound.
We talk about the vibration.
Arise from your slumber and answer the call. The torch has been lighted. The dawn is at hand. Who joins in the fight for his own native land. Land of my birth, I pledge to be loyal, faithful, and true to thee.
Yeah. So even over the place we are talking about in the ocean there, where Navy Island, and you talk about peace up, nothing about go against the prescription, for all of us to be the beneficiary. Anything we go against that, don't it about
Antonio, that they are planning to cut up Navy Island. Because every time I talk to a man about the vision, a man has said to me, say, yo, Shaka, that's the thing. But we know you said them a plan to cut it up for residential area.
Cut up as much as them want, brother. But they must prepare them submarine, They must prepare them anything when I just run here. Everybody must prepare them submarine, man. Prepare to be losers.
I want to go back to the Ernst and Young report.
The Ernst and Young thing,
I want to go back to it a little bit because they said the report is in a draft stage. What that means?
Draft stage?
Yes.
Or you implement a draft?
Then when it's in a draft stage, that don't mean that it's not complete. It is still being worked on.
You cannot implement a draft, brother. You cannot implement a draft. Yeah? The only way you implement a draft is when you are and it didn't have to be a draft. When you're an absolutist in terms of your philosophical administrative governance. Yeah, and that means you have taken on to yourself an act of edict and power that nobody questions. And what you say goes. You get what I'm saying?
That the Prime Minister said,
so that is where we are.
Said, we are going to do a code of conduct for ourselves.
Well, he has fooled himself. He has fooled himself. And I would ask, I would humbly submit to the leader of the party. Humble thyself, brother, because you're still a mortal man. You're subject
to the man is not no mortal man. The man is pro God.
Oh, so understand that. A man mustn't think of himself more highly than he ought to think, man. But he must think soberly. And if a man think himself to be something when he's nothing, he deceives himself, man. Yeah? We must understand that. Get conscious, get alive. Somebody need to wake him up in this reality, man. Yeah? And a man that lives to himself or dying to himself, man. Yeah? Brother. Every one of us accountable, brother. So you can't justify a $1 billion report. You cannot. It cannot be justifiable.
I am asking for all of those people who defend the Prime Minister and the government. Come out and tell you about this report for $1 billion.
Defend your people, man. Defend justice and right around here, man. Stop defend politicians and political system that have no respect and regard, yeah, for the people of this land, yeah, for the poor and the underserved, yeah. If you're not a defender, you're defending nothing, and you soon realize that you have nothing to cling on to because you can't cling on to them coattails because them don't know you. Them only know you as an elector. Them don't know you as a socialite, yeah, brother. There's much to be done in this country.
Yeah.
And sad to say, it will not be done under this prevalence. Yeah, it will not, because you see the trajectory. Yeah, all the lands are being taken up because they want to prevent us from being self-sufficient and self-sufficient. You think it's just a joke? Why you see the development plan is all about concrete and steel? You know about agriculture and education, brother, at the foundation. That, you know.
But listen.
Yeah?
Education is the last thing on their mind, because if the people are educated,
exactly,
they will see through the rubbish.
Two things. Yeah, man, education and agriculture. So if we can X that out of the way, we have them because we'll have to feed them. Them can't go plant nothing, yeah, for themselves and feed themselves. So we'll have to send in the boats and with the flour and yeah.
We give them what we want when we want, and we keep them on when we want. And then
so people,
so they can turn it on.
Yeah, man. So lock down all the development, housing development and whatever right now. Just state of emergency, agriculture, education. That's right there.
Blessings, my brother.
Blessed.
It was a pleasure talking today.
Give thanks, man.
One love. Let me tell you something. As bad as the Jamaica Labour Party is doing, the current party operating in the People's National Party, is there a party operating in the People's National Party, will never set in government. Mark Golding, Peter Bunting, listen to me. Let me tell you something. Gary, we don't know rubbish. And when I see them rubbish, I know exactly. I see through no. Right through no. I see. When I see you sit down and write this set of rubbish. If you look at the performance of the last PNP administration and measure it to the performance of this administration, that's the only way you can measure. I still know on this thing about Mark Golding and Peter Bunting. Well, let me tell you, Mark Golding will be the best Prime Minister Jamaica ever see. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. The first real businessman to run this country. That's why we have so much rubbish happening. People who have never invested $1 of their own money in anything running the country and who understand about efficiency, accountability, transparency. People who believe they are God running the country, and that's why Jamaica is suffering so much, because Jesus Christ is not pleased. Jesus Christ not share him glory. Don't share him glory. So understand yourself, Gary, with your foolishness. A draft report that we paid $1 billion for. Tell me about that. Tell me about how we pay $1 billion for a report. If it was a report that gives us the solution to solve crime, I still don't think it should cost $1 billion. But some of you sell out in a country for a party. So whatever the party does, it's okay. We're getting off at 11 o'clock this morning. So if you want to call me now. 804-7072.
Yeah, Shaka Fame, big up yourself. Can't hear me, don't know here to hear the same thing. And Lenny I says so. You don't know a real backlocks, you see me? Yeah, we know. Suddenly, some friends became a foe for reasons that I know. Said to us, it's a waste of time.
I want him, he can tell him I have a purpose.
But
I'm going to serve my purpose.
fine.
A purpose ordained by the Lord Jesus Christ. No man can stop it.
Hypocrite relax. Dress back. Shaka fame a real back clocks. Hypocrite relax. Dress back. Shaka fame a real back clocks. Know that the war is on. Shaka fame is in command.
Yeah, Jamaican people kind of love when you have a bit of arrogance, you know. But you see, if you have arrogance with substance, fine. And even when you have substance, you shouldn't be arrogant about it. But there's no substance right now. And the level of arrogance that is on display, it's a shame. If the Portland Municipal Corporation approve any construction on Pellu Island and in Sansan Bay, that will be a big mistake. Portland doesn't open no eyes. Well, I can tell you that somebody who owns Pellu Island. And it was always my suggestion that the government should buy it. Buy it off of the person, because you can't make somebody own it and then you tell them they can't do nothing to it. So if it is the view of the people that nothing should be built on Pellu Island, I am saying that the government should pay the person who own it. Pay them for it, but then go buy somewhere else. So I'm not in agreement with anything to be built on that island. It's a small island. Don't remember the size. But if you don't want nothing to be built on it, then buy it. Buy it from the people who own it. You can't allow people to spend their money, buy it, and then you tell them they can't invest. Business don't go so. But I'm saying to you all, let's develop Navy Island for the people of Jamaica. Reggae music is indigenous to Jamaica. I'm here some idiot about reggae music come from Africa. Reggae music not come from Africa. Reggae music was originated right here in Jamaica. And the United Nations sanctioned that. What is it that we are going to do about that? Branding. Present leaders do not have the vision. I mean, I hold it to my chest. We are saying that let's develop a reggae park on Navy Island with a 5-star hotel. So we're going to create employment. We're going to develop it as an attraction. Everything reggae over there. Reggae studio, a reggae dance hall, a reggae venue on Navy Island. Authentic reggae music. Either 2,000 or 3,000 capacity venue over there. Regular reggae shows. Take your ferry and you go over. Hotel over there. I said build it like the Guitar Hotel in Fort Lauderdale. Make it sexy. 15 stories high. We don't need to go above that. Once the tests are done and show that the island can hold that kind of building, we put it on. Put a statue of all reggae icon, living and dead. So like people get a star on the Walk of Fame, Hollywood. You get a statue on the reggae island when you reach a certain level in reggae. We couldn't hold people. Beat and teach. No, beat and teach. Let me tell you something. Sandals can invest and build it as World Reggae Park. Sandals has been good to Jamaica. So, if they like the idea and want to develop and they want to invest, because every time people ask me where the money are going to come from, and I said public-private partnership. So that's a company that can invest in World Reggae Park. Yes. Music keep changing over the years from one genre to another. And reggae is no different. It has a spin-off. It is a spin-off as the years went by. Listen, music is music. All music are music. But you have different genres. So the genre reggae music was created in Jamaica. Yes, so we come up with that style of music. Right, yes, in Jamaica. Dancehall music is Jamaica's. Some don't understand your point. We know that, Sonia, we know that. So therefore, we are saying as a country that provide the world with the biggest music. Because reggae are the biggest music in the world. And that's why I tell people all the while that Bob Marley is more popular than Usain Bolt. As popular as Usain Bolt is. Bob Marley still make money. Them just do the first, well, me think of the first Bob Marley movie. We should have maybe 10, 12 movies about Bob Marley, long time. We're joking as a country. And that's why we are going to develop the creative industry in the way that it ought to be developed, that the people of Jamaica can benefit from the creative industry. It is said that we make $2.2 billion from the creative industry last year. That's joke. That's 0.0046% of the $3 trillion that is available in the creative industry. The creative industry is a $3 trillion a year industry. And if we make 1% from it, that will be 30 billion US. Do the math, so much Jamaican that is. And I guarantee you that if you don't give me a chance that I get into the parliament, we will step up the creative industry. And in 5 years, we are going to earn that 1% because we know how to do it. The Almighty God give you the vision, how to sort it out. Jamaica have too much to be so poor with some little man with them arrogant self. I go on like say, them can turn it on. Why you not turn on the creative industry? We make billions. You can't turn on not even the pipe in your yard. Let me tell you something. I also remember it every time. Every time I remember it. That when they crucified Jesus Christ, the people could have saved him. But it wasn't meant to be. But it shows us the example that the people call for Barabbas. So it's like Peter Phillips, who did some good work to bring back the economy after Andrew Holness and Bruce Golding and the whole of them mash up the economy, wreck Jamaica, 2007 to 2012. Them wreck the country to 2011. Wreck it. That's the IMF would even talk to it. Them borrow money from the IMF and could even take the test. And Peter Phillips, Portia Simpson Miller brought us back from the collapse and set the thing. And them say Peter Phillips now have no hype. So them vote in Andrew Holness. Them say Peter Phillips now have the hype. So they vote for Clarks. It reminds me of Jesus Christ and Barabbas.
Said you work in iniquity to achieve vanity.
You hear them song, yeah? You hear them song, yeah?
Goodness
of Jaja, I endure it forever.
You hear them a song, yeah?
So
listen to the words of the song. This is reggae music. Reggae music is revolutionary music. Listen to me.
why boast in thyself, O evil man? Playing smart and not being clever. I said you're working iniquity to achieve vanity. But the goodness of Jaja, I endure it forever. So if you want the big tree,
Tell them who am I?
we are a small axe,
Ready to cut you down.
ready to cut you down, to cut you down. These are the words of my master. Keep on telling me, no weak out shall prosper. And whosoever diggeth a pit
Shall fall in it,
shall fall in it,
bury in it.
fall in it. And whosoever diggeth a pit shall fall in it, fall in it. If you want a big tree, let me tell you that we are the small axe, sharp and ready, ready to cut you down.
This morning we're playing more music than we normally play because the people have to understand. Music gotta teach them one lesson. Let me tell you something. Fools die. Yeah, man.
The lips of the righteous teaches many, but fools die for want of wisdom.
You hear me? You hear me now?
The rich man's wealth is in the city.
Destruction of the poor.
Fixation of the soul is vanity. Destruction of the whole is their poverty. The poor man's
May the good Lord continue to bless and keep the item. Make his face shine upon the item and be gracious unto the item. Until we meet again next week, give thanks to everyone. God bless and keep the item. Take care of your number one.
why
If you can do something for somebody else, do it here. One love.
why do you kill your brother? Then your reward will be the same tree.
You're retroactive. You see, I didn't take any retroactive, so I don't even know what it looked like. Buying cars, paying down on houses, adding on to their house, increasing their savings. One teacher told me that she now can hire, Madam Speaker, she now can hire a little helper to take care of her child and mother. Give her mother a break. These are some of the changes and improvement in the quality of life of the people. Because the government has run the country so well that it can give you a salary increase without worrying that next year you're going to get wage freeze. And that is why, Madam Speaker, it burns me when I hear the nonsense that people talking. No other government has done that, and I stand in this parliament, Madam Speaker, and say, for all the lies and misinformation that is being spewed by the political entrepreneurs, that this government is not going to sit back.
There will be no future for you.
The member said over there, he said, oh, this sounds like 2015. Madam Speaker, let it be well known that this Prime Minister has the ability, anytime I feel to turn it on, to get back in the public domain. Let the people know that we will not be misled. I was just schooling because while they are out there spreading lies and misinformation, we were busy working.
Destruction.